Have you seen the price of gasoline these days? My family is now spending about $800 a month on gasoline, and I'm looking for some relief. Some of these products claim to deliver up to 20% fuel savings. I'm a bit skeptical, but I'm also open-minded. So let's get the testing underway and see if any of these products can deliver. By the end of this review, you'll know for sure which gadgets are a scam and which ones help me achieve 22% better gas mileage and an extra 20 horsepower. I'll also use a pretty expensive tuner and we'll see if we gain performance. We'll also see which items increase horsepower and torque. At a price of $31, is this OBD2 CATS? While there aren't any specific claims about horsepower and fuel economy, they do claim that it increases both of those. Fortunately, this device did pass their inspection. I purchased an OBD splitter so that I can use an analyzer in addition to these performance gadgets. I'll go ahead and connect the splitter extension cable to the OBD2 port. Once we plug in this device, we want to make sure that the ECU light is powered on. The power light should be orange and it should not be flickering. They do say that it's normal if the OBD2 light flickers. The starting mileage is 319,374 miles on the original engine and transmission. The fuel saver is all set up, so let's go ahead and top out the fuel tank so we can kick off the first test. As soon as the fuel pump shuts off, I'll set the timer for 15 seconds to allow the fuel to settle. I'll then start the pump one more time. I'll repeat this exact process every time when adding fuel. And the test is underway, and we're on a highway that isn't very busy, and I'll be using a cruise control at a speed of 70 miles per hour. The first test zone is pretty flat ground. Starting at the top left, the engine is at around 2,050 RPM. Just to the right, the engine load is around 16%. Engine load is how hard the engine is working. Let's ignore the average fuel economy since this is not accurate for sure. The fuel flow is showing 3.86 gallons per hour. Bottom left 70 miles per hour and the timing advance is 32 degrees. 18 miles per gallon seems overly optimistic and we're moving quite a bit of air at 320 CFM. The next checkpoint is around a 3% grade and the engine is working harder and using a lot more fuel at just under 6.2 gallons per hour. And our last checkpoint on this 77-mile round trip is a gradual downhill. The old Suburban is quite a brick and is not really benefiting from the gradual downhill with a 3.4 gallon per hour fuel consumption. It's time to take an exit for the 0 to 60 test. And our 0 to 60 time is right at 8.32 seconds. Our mileage is now 319,450, but let's round it to 77 total miles for the test. Same gas station, same gas pump, and same refueling procedure. And we use 4.61 gallons to go 77 miles. That works out to 16.7 miles per gallon, which is pretty bad. At a very reasonable price of only $8, is this Nitro OBD2. They claim 35% more power and 25% more torque. I have to admit, I have my doubts about the extra horsepower and torque, but we're about to find out. And the Nitro is made in China. The Nitro is plugged in and I went ahead and followed the setup instructions. Our starting mileage is 319,451. Our test is underway and we're now at the first checkpoint. The Nitro is performing very close to the same as the OBD2 CATS. Our second checkpoint heading up a small grade and about the same performance as with the OBD2 CATS and still guzzling the gas. And we're heading down a very small grade for our third checkpoint. And there's almost no difference compared to the OBD2 CATS. It's time to test a 25% more horsepower and 35% more torque claim. So it's simple math and we should make it to 60 miles per hour and right at 6.45 seconds. Unfortunately, we seem to have lost both horsepower and torque with a slower time than before at 8.5 seconds. And we're finishing our second 77-mile test and hopefully we'll see at least some better fuel economy. Same gas station once again and same fill-up procedure. I did use a different pump this time. And the tank is full at 4.67 gallons compared to 4.61 with the OBD2 CATS. That works out to 16.45 miles per gallon, which is pretty close but still a little bit worse.